What's going on, motorcycle fans and enthusiasts? I hope y'all are having a great day. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the 390 Duke from KTM. This bike has a lot of cool technology, so I'm excited to walk you through all of the specs and features. I've only put about 1 mile on this bike since I've owned it, and that was down to the river and back to get some pictures. So today is my first real day getting to look at this bike in depth and really see what it can do. So let's get right into it and show you what makes the 390 Duke what it is. So starting off, you can buy one of these brand new for $5,500, and that's really not a bad price considering all of the features and performance you get out of this bike. 43 brake horsepower. The actual displacement of the 390 engine is 373 cc's, and it comes in on the scale at a light 328 pounds. It comes with WP inverted forks, WP shock in the rear, and as you can see, it's a split trellis frame, and it's actually powder coated, so it looks really nice. In the front, you have a 320 millimeter disc brake, and in the rear, you have a 230. You have 17-inch wheels front and rear, and they are alloy, so I wouldn't be taking this thing off of any jumps. But obviously it is liquid cooled and fuel injected. We're going on 2020 here, so that's kind of obvious. But overall, the styling of this bike, it looks super modern, and love it or hate it, I'm a fan of it. The front headlight is a little bit questionable, but you know what? I think it's unique, and it's nice to have something that looks different. This bike comes in a couple different color options. I do like the black, but you know what? I think the white and orange just sticks true to the KTM name, and it definitely pops in person, especially with the orange wheels and just the subtle KTM logos everywhere. You definitely know what it is. But let's get on to the fun stuff. My favorite part about this bike is the control center. Turning on the key, we are ready to race. On the main screen here, we have the trip, the date, battery voltage, fuel range, and obviously we have the digital tachometer and speedometer. It also shows the coolant temperature when the bike is running and has a gas gauge right next to it. As you can see, there's only 3,260 miles on this machine. So the entire screen is going to be operated using this control center on the left. You have a back arrow, up and down arrows, and a set button. Also, I've never had a bike before that has the headlight controls like this. I gotta say, I really like it. And we got our horn and our signals, which they stick out super far, so you gotta be blind not to see that. But using the arrows to navigate the screen, it can get you to several different places. You can scroll up to trip 1, down to trip 2, and by hitting the set button, it brings up this whole menu here. You have the KTM My Ride, and you can actually pair your phone and headset, so when you get incoming calls and notifications, they pop up on the screen, which is really nice. But going back, this is where you get into the fun stuff. So when you click on motorcycle, it shows off, road, or supermoto. So you can turn the ABS off altogether, which is what I'm going to do, because who needs that really? But if you put it in road mode, it leaves the ABS on in the front and rear. And if you put it in supermoto, it turns the ABS off in the rear only. Shout out to my buddy Tyler for that. Going into settings, we have a few different things we can play with. Your favorites. Basically, this is all the stuff you want to display on the home screen. The quick selectors are the up and down arrows. You can set what you want those preset as. And then you have your preferences for Bluetooth, shift light, clock, date. You can change the different unit systems. You can change the language altogether. Shows you when your next service is. You can play with the settings on the shift light, what RPM it flashes at, when it lights up. You can turn it off altogether. Even shows you when the stand's down. But you can do all kinds of stuff with this computer system, and I really enjoy having this on the bike. It's pretty cool. As far as the riding position itself goes, I really like it. It's not too aggressive, and for being a taller guy, it feels really comfortable. I also feel right at home with the MX style handlebars. Honestly, it just feels like I'm on a dirt bike minus these humongous mirrors. They're functional, and you can always take them off and do something different. But as you can see, the exhaust is removed on this bike. A lot of people do this instead of buying an exhaust. It sounds pretty good and you get a little bit of extra performance. That's also debatable, but this bike is clogged with emission stuff. Those Austrian standards ain't no joke. But the bike just really looks technologically advanced, and this is the only bike that I've had of its kind, and it's pretty cool. It looks futuristic. But I'm getting really eager to ride this thing, and I'm sure you want to see that, so I'm gonna go throw some gear on and let's hit the road. Well, you guys, here we go. It's the first real ride on the 390 Duke. All right, let's do a little 0 to 80 pull here. First thing I notice is this thing is super snappy. Man, it just feels really quick off the start. Yes! Oh, this thing is so agile. I'm not gonna lie, it just feels like a big drum with a lot of power. Yeah! So the only bike that I have to compare to this is the DRZ, and they're similar sized engines, so I feel like it's a pretty good comparison, minus the fact that it's carbureted and this is fuel injected and way more modern. But the power delivery on this is definitely snappier. It feels quicker off the go, but it does give me that same feeling. And the nice thing about the 390 Duke, 6 gears. Now that's pretty common for a street bike, but I've been riding that DRZ so much with 5 gears that I really missed having that 6 gear. But I'm cruising in 6 right now. All you gotta do, drop it down and go. The brakes are really responsive. All of these roads out in the country are pretty unpredictable, so I'm not gonna push it too much. But wow, this thing stops on a dime. That is no joke. I think we're gonna go in here in the settings really quick and turn off the ABS. Boom, ABS is off and it says not legal right here. What? Ooh, love that downshift. Out for the walnuts. Dog. Hey buddy, come here buddy. Hey, what are you doing out in the middle of the road? You got a home? Hey, you got a collar on. What's your name? You got no name tag though. Well, my name's Tanner. If you could do me a favor and just get off the road, I'd appreciate it. Yeah, it's a blind corner here. We're both in danger. Let me see if I can get him off the road here. Come on, buddy, get off the road. I don't know where you're from. You gotta go to the bathroom? Oh, it's a girl. Sorry, miss. Looks like you know where you're going. Have a nice day. Alright, back to the review. Oh my, power wheelie. Honestly, for the roads that we have around here, this feels like the perfect amount of power. I don't know why you need any more. Oh, yeah! Shutting it down. little bit of wind out right now, and this bike feels planted. It really does. It's not getting blown all over the place. But the word that keeps coming to mind while riding this bike is refined. It just feels super refined. Everything feels nice and tight. Woo-wee! I'm having a good time. And like I said, guys, this bike is already sold. I'm actually selling it to a subscriber. I don't actually know their name, but his girlfriend's been messaging me on Instagram, and I guess they're going on vacation, but they're gonna make a detour to pick up the bike. So that's pretty cool. I've got a couple more weeks to ride it and test it out. Watch out, buddy. That's why I don't want to push it too hard on these roads, guys. Perfect example. People out here in the country just act like this is one lane, which, you know, we're all guilty of that. We don't expect a sport bike to come flying around the corner. But as you can see, there's some beautiful fall colors this time of year, and it's times like this where I really appreciate and enjoy living where we do. I'll be biting my tongue in a couple months when it's below freezing, but you know what? That's all part of it. Thankfully, I have fun outdoors all year round. The cold doesn't stop me, and I think we're gonna go on a few trips down south anyway, so I can't complain. Life is good. Guys, I think this is a perfect time to snap some photos of the Duke. Let's do a little quick turn around here. Ooh, not a problem with that ABS off. I want to get down there. Question is, do you think I can get back up? Well, you know what? We're going to try. Talk about a photo op. Wow, there's going to be some good shots. If I don't lose my bike. Shout out to Brian636 for the glove trick. Works like a charm. I'm honestly almost sweating underneath. So I guess this is a perfect time to plug my Instagram. If you aren't already, follow me on Instagram. Uh-oh, we're going down. The bike is going down. I saved it. Ah. A little soft here on the bank. Let's see if I can find the stickers. Oh, I found the perfect thing for it. There we go. Little piece of bark. Oh, no. How about this stick here? We're not having any luck, guys. There we go. Perfect. And that is my second platform of choice. So at ATDFCT, give me a follow. I might follow you back if you post enough, but it's much appreciated. So that brings me to my next point. What is this bike good for? And my answer to that would be exactly this. This bike is lightweight, it's nimble, and it tears up these backcountry roads like they're nothing. I really wouldn't want to be on any other bike. It's like the perfect mixture of a supermoto and a sport bike. The throttle response, the seating position, it really just eats these roads up. And I could see myself riding this for a while without getting fatigued. But I don't want to waste too much time here. The sun is going down earlier and earlier, so let's get back on and go for a ride. That is if we can get out of here. Oh, we're spinning tire. Oh no. Oh, let's go ahead and get that mud off the tire. Ain't nothing to break that tire loose. So for those of you that remember, I have ridden the Husqvarna Refinement before, and I've got to say, I like this bike better. Josh, no shots fired. This is just way more comfortable to me, and it's a little bit more my style. Performance-wise, I'd imagine they'd be almost identical. Maybe this one has better aerodynamics, but we will definitely be doing a comparison very soon on the Husqvarna 401 Refinement and the 390 Duke, so look forward to that. Getting over 90, but I think that's just because of my aerodynamics. My helmet isn't very good for this. Well, I hope my dog friend made it back to his home. I don't see him anywhere. All right. I have no idea how this is gonna work, but we're gonna try to do some automatic drone tracking here by myself. Well, you guys, I think that's gonna do it for the 390 Duke first ride. I gotta say, I really like this bike, and if it was spring, I might keep it for a little longer. But it should be going to a good home, and who knows, maybe we'll get another one someday. It's a pleasure to ride, it's comfortable, it's got plenty of power for me, it sounds good. I could go on and on. I really don't have any negatives. For the money, you do get a lot, especially you can pick these things up used for dirt cheap. I got this one for an alright deal. I mean, I lost the world famous KX100, but you know what? You win some, you lose some. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already, turn the notifications on, and until tomorrow's video, I'll see you later.